Hi, I'm Howard Stomper. Thank you for watching the Jerry Lewis Labor Day Telethon live from the Hyatt Regency. Now is the time to call in your pledges. We've got operators standing by. These wonderful people need your help really bad. Thank you.
There's energy in this room, isn't there?
You bet. That's a great way to get started.
Thank you very much, Howard. We need people to go to the phones right now. We've got a lot of operators down here. The phone banks are almost filled with operators sitting around doing nothing. So a nice rainy Labor Day morning, nothing better to do than get up, go to the phone, give us a call, make a $1 pledge, a $5 pledge. We can use your help.
That's right. 340-1111. There's a lot of people just, they're kind of twiddling their thumbs here. They're waiting for you to call in and give a pledge. $1, $2, $3, $5, $20s. Here are some of the people who have already called in this morning. Steve Biddick from Eden called in. He made a $10 pledge. Judy Casper from Wilmer called in a $150 pledge. And VFW Post 1639 in Wilmer called in a $500 pledge. So we thank all of the people who have already called in your pledges. What are you waiting for? We need to hear from you right now. 340-1111.
We keep mentioning the Twin Cities number of 340-1111. Diana just mentioned some good folks from Wilmer who made a pledge. We do have a number of local numbers that you can call, so it's not a toll call or a charge call.
There we go. That's music to our ears. That means all 200 phones are busy and operators are taking pledges.
Let me give you some of those numbers. In Wilmer, 235-1122. Red Wing, all the good folks in beautiful Red Wing, 388-1573. St. Cloud, 253-2393. Hutchinson, the wonderful Crow River Golf Course out there. You got 587-2271. New Ulm, area code 507-354-4529. And Clear Lake, Wisconsin, area code 715-263-2924. Give those numbers a call at those local pledge centers, and your call will get right through. There won't be a delay, and we can certainly use some help from all the good folks in western Wisconsin and greater Minnesota.
They've been ready to take your phone calls, so if you can call them right now, either those numbers on the screen or here in the Twin Cities area. Again, 340-1111.
It'd be nice to get the day off to a rousing start, wouldn't it?
You bet.
All right, let's go to Rick Cupcella right now. Rick.
Hey, Paul, Diana, I'm here with Louis Spice. He is from the St. Paul branch of the National Association of Letter Carriers. These guys are big donors, not just of money, but time. We're going to explain time in a minute. First, let's talk about money. Louis, how you doing?
Fine.
Good. What have you got here for us? And tell me, how did you go about raising this money?
Well, we had a softball tournament and we had a bowling tournament, and we raised, between the two, we raised $5,400.
$5,400, 2 events. And that's what you've got right here?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. $5,400 from the National Association of Letter Carriers at St. Paul branch alone. And we got a couple other folks here. Louis, these are friends of yours, I understand. Can you explain to us, Dick? You want to move right over here? Jan? Super. What's the deal with the cart?
Well, Jan and I are trying to run the mailroom for Muscular Dystrophy and get all the mail sorted into zones for the post office. First, we have to stuff the envelopes with the pledge cards and everything. There's quite a bit of work involved once it leaves here. But the problem is nobody's calling on the telephone. And I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but this is all the mail that I've gotten since we started. Now, if everybody waits till 4 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to be here till after midnight, and then we're going to get up and go to work in the morning at 4 o'clock.
That's no good.
So please, people, please, let me go to bed at some time tonight. Phone now. The phone number's on your screen. All I want you to do is pick up the phone, dial the number. We got a lot of people here ready to answer it. I can get my work done.
All right, and what is that number, Jan? Do you know? Look at the cameras, Jan. It's 340.
340 11
11.
11.
Right, you can't forget that. 1111. We got a whole cart here full of mail bags that have got to be filled. Right now they're empty. They've got to be filled before this is all over. We're going to send it over right now to Gail Plawacki at the Fishbowl. Gail?
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. I'm at the Fishbowl. We all know how this works. You put your money in the Fishbowl. You get to have your name up here on the board. We've got a lot of names and little suns and clouds. Mike Larson. We've got Ben. We've got Jay Clark. It's important. Come and put your money in the Fishbowl or call 340-1111. Remember that your money goes for research, services, equipment, and education. It's important for these folks who have to deal with this disability on a daily basis. Please make that phone call. A lot of people have called, and I'd like to thank some of them right now. We have Catherine Nice, who pledged $40 in the names of Gary, Laura, and Louie. We have Joey Toadhill, who pledged $5. Joey said he wanted his name said on TV. Well, there you go, Joey. Denise Weber from West St. Paul, who donated for Donnie, $50. We've got Valerie Hunter, in honor of her two sons, $25. We've got Maxine Lee, $10 for each of her grandchildren, and there's $50 here, so she must have 5 wonderful grandchildren. Thank you, Maxine. We've got Betty Nichols from St. Paul, $20 for Casey Nichols, her daughter. Let's go back to Paul now at the podium, who's going to tell us about some of our celebrities on phones. Paul?
All righty, Gail. Thank you very much. I'm over here standing in between the celebrity phone banks. I have the greatest tight end to come out of Westchester, Pennsylvania in the history of mankind. Joe Sincer is on the phone right here. Joe, who are you talking to?
Okay. All right, who are you talking to? I'm talking to Virginia Jepson right now out of New Hope, Paul, and she just pledged $50 that she'd like to put on her Visa card. I'm just trying to get some information from her, but
I thank you for coming down here.
it's nice to be here, and I'll just say that you know, I have 2 children of my own, and it's a great cause, and I like to help out anytime we can.
All right, Joe. Thank you very much. Thank you, Virginia, as well. And that's a good reminder. Virginia using her Visa card, Visa, American Express, MasterCard as well. You can use any of those and go ahead and charge your pledge. It works out well. Jim Gwynn, Metro Traffic Control. Jim, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Karen Davis, Minneapolis, Minnesota right now.
What's the traffic forecast for the morning?
It's going to be wet. Just slow down out there this morning, Paul.
All right. Thank Karen for us. Thanks, Jim. Chris Adams from KDWB FM Radio. Chris, who are you speaking to?
I'm speaking to Doris Way of Dayton. Doris, you're on TV right now. I'm talking to you on TV right now.
And Doris is pledging?
$15.
Ooh, Doris, thank you very much. The good folks out there in Dayton. And Chris Bowles, the U of M Women's Athletic Director. Chris, thank you for coming down.
Well, hi, thank you. I'm here today with Mike and Becky Mulrooney. They're in the midst of giving a pledge for $25 from Coon Rapids, Minnesota.
Great. Thank you, Mike and Becky. Thank you, Chris. Tom Reed standing right here. Tom's not busy. Let me just say hello to you, Tom. You know about making pledges and donating time and energy. Make-A-Wish of Minnesota. You do a lot of work for them.
I sure do. You know, it's great when you can put something back in the community. I think that Joe and myself and everybody up here wants to put something back. We get so much from it, and it's just great to be here and be a part of this.
Thanks, Tom. We appreciate you being here. Right now, we're going to go to Diana in the interview area. Di.
Thank you, Paul. I'm with Greg Marzoff. He's the Twin Cities poster child this year. You've been a very fine representative. You've already been to, a bowl-a-thon? You were at Little Six Bingo last week. What did you do there?
Well,
Did you help them call some of the bingo numbers?
no, but, I played bingo once, and
You played bingo at Little Six Bingo. Did you win anything?
no.
No, but a lot of other people did, and we're going to be hearing from Little Six Bingo winners a little bit later. In case you're wondering what that sound is, that means that all 200 phones are busy, and that's music to our ears. That's very happy music to our ears. 340-1111. Now, Greg, we started talking about this last night. You had a very special garage sale, and it was held last Thursday and Friday in Highland Village, and that's where you live. Now, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, a lot of people from our community helped and brought stuff to sell.
Mm-hmm. Now, your mom told me just a few minutes ago that you've been holding this for about 3 years, and in the past you've made around $1,000, but this year you made how much?
$6,000.
$6,000 from some of the folks at Highland Village, and a lot of that was due to raffle prizes. They made over $1,000 just in raffle prizes alone. So we want to thank, and you want to thank, all of the people
who helped the telethon and who helped at the garage sale.
All right. We want to thank lots of folks, especially those in Highland Village that helped you in your garage sale. You went to camp this year. Tell us a little bit about camp.
Well, we went fishing and swimming and rode horses and
all kinds of things. Did you do any water balloons or have any water fights or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get it, your camp counselor?
Yeah.
What did he think about that?
He thought it was pretty funny.
Pretty funny? Well, you guys sounded like you had a good time. We're going to be hearing a little bit more from Greg and his family a little later on in the telethon as well. There's some exciting new research going on right now, and it's taking place with the money that's already been pledged in the past. Now, one new area is called myoblast cell therapy, and Susan Weesey has more on this important research.
Future. 6-year-old Hans Sears won't be able to climb stairs.
We expect in about 3 to 4 years he will be in a wheelchair.
Hans has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, a disease in which muscles deteriorate because the body lacks the protein dystrophin. Now, for children like Hans Sears, there's reason for hope. This thanks to a new technique that, at least in laboratory animals, appears to restore muscle function. This is a mouse before researchers injected immature growing muscle cells called myoblasts. And this is the same laboratory animal after it received healthy myoblasts. The cells seem to fuse with deteriorating muscle cells and begin producing the missing protein. The Seagers are anxious to see how well myoblast transfer therapy can work in humans.
If you could get that protein in there, you must be able to keep those muscles going.
Getting myoblast therapy out of the laboratory and into the hands of doctors who treat muscular dystrophy patients during Hans's lifetime is a real possibility.
If we can keep him doing what he's doing, I mean, all the things he can play with and activities he can do, you know, it just would make such a difference.
And if myoblast therapy proves effective, it would be significant progress toward finding a way to successfully treat and thereby cure MD.
That therapy and research is made possible because of you, because of all of you who have already gone to your phones and made a pledge. Here in the Twin Cities, that number is 340-1111. If you live in the greater metro area, there are phone numbers being flashed on the screen at all times. Again, I'm with Greg Marzoff. He's a Twin Cities poster child representative, and here are some of the pledges that have already been called in this morning. Peggy Yaretz from
Lexington.
And how much did she pledge?
$5.
And Liz McPartland from
Bloomington.
And how much did she pledge?
$10.
$10. Good job, Greg. Thank you very much. All right, and we want to thank you for the pledges that you've already made, and we want to remind you again, 340-1111. Joining me right now is Tom Reither, and Tommy, you're going to be outside this morning.
Well, Diana, actually, this is my 12th telethon, my 10th here, and about 1981, we started with a small picnic in the backyard, not Paul's backyard, but another backyard at Channel 11. Then that evolved into a carnival. Then we went to the IDS building, started with block parties, and we're really getting big. The one last year here at the Hyatt Regency was outstanding on the Nicollet Mall. We'll start at about 10 o'clock. It'll really start picking up at about 11 or noon, so we want everybody to come on down, have some fun, and, of course, bring your money for this great, great cause.
And that's going on rain or shine, by the way.
Rain or shine, nothing will stop us.
Okay, now who are we going over? Oh, we're going to Rick Kupchella. Is Rick ready for us?
Yeah, I'm ready there, Diana. The cameras are almost ready. We're trying to get you to call now. 340-1111. We got a lot of non-busy operators here. 340-1111. We've got a call that just came in on a Minneapolis from Minneapolis's 911 operators. That's the police and fire people who respond to regular emergencies every day. They're responding to ours right now. They sent in a group pledge of $140, and they're challenging other dispatchers in the Twin Cities area to do the same. I'm here right now. There's 2 rows of people here from a place called Pizzazz. Can you tell me what Pizzazz is?
Pizzazz is a nightclub from Plymouth, located in the Plymouth Place Hotel, and we feature our Pizzazz House Band.
All right, those phones are getting answered now. They're all being answered. Let's keep them ringing. Tell me, what was your motivation here to get all the group out here?
This is the first year that Pizzazz has been in operation, and we just wanted to get involved with the telethon to do our small part and to contribute to the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
That's super. We also have a couple of thank yous we've got to do for people who have donated things other than money that's come in. They've donated directly to the telethon. We've got Honeywell, who has helped us out with computer equipment and software, and the First Tech Company also for computer and software assistance to the telethon. We've got a few thank yous, pledges that we're going to read off right now. Marie Williams, $25 and 87 years old, has 50 grandchildren, just had surgery. Sorry, it can't be more, she says. And we've got $50 from Brooklyn Park from Pat Konziolka. $50 on behalf of her 10 healthy grandchildren. 340-1111 is the number. Let's keep the phones ringing. Right now, we're going to go back to Paul. He's going to tell us what's going on at Cub Foods. Paul?
All right, Rick, thank you very much. I want to tell you about a special promotion that began in August 6th in the Twin Cities area. And in fact, it continues until September 10th. It's called the Isle of Smiles. And let me just hold up this poster for you that you may have seen. There it is right there in some of your area grocery stores and Snyder Drugs as well. Now let me turn this over as I look to you here, and we'll get another picture of this. These products that are on here, products like SOS Glass Cleaner, liquid detergent 40 ounces, Calcan Whiskers, soft soap pump, Saran Wrap, things like that. All of these products, when you purchase these right through September 10th in the Twin Cities area, Twin City shoppers, a small percentage of the purchase price goes to MDA. And it's a great program, it's a great idea, and I think it's been quite successful. Proof of the pudding is right here with me. Chip Hooley, Chip from Cub Foods, and Cub Foods, one of the participants in this program, and you folks have been very kind to help us out along these lines, and you have a check for us today, right?
Yes, I do today. We're having a very successful event this year. With the help of our customers and the CV Lion brokerage, we've sold enough product to raise over $4,000 in the fight against muscular dystrophy. So for today, to date, I've got a check for you in the amount of $4,226 for muscular dystrophy.
Chip, thank you very much. $4,200 from Cub Foods, everyone. Chip, thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. A reminder for all Twin Cities area shoppers, this promotion continues through September 10th. Once again, if we can get another picture of this, look for this sign in your food store. Buy that product and you make a donation to MDA, a great way to help the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Chip, once again, thank you very much. We appreciate that very, very much. Right now, let's go back to Gail and Rick in the phone area.
Okay, we want to hear those phones ring. 340-1111. We want to hear those phones ring. We have all of these folks here volunteering their time, waiting for you to call to fund research, education, services, and equipment for people who suffer from these diseases. Please help us out by calling 340-1111. How are the phones going right now? Everybody busy? I hear they're busy, but we want even more. We'd like to run a couple of thank yous by you here. We've got Becky Nichols from St. Paul, who donated $20 for Casey Nichols, her daughter. Mr. Tuberville from Brooklyn Park, $10. Denise Engebretson from New Brighton, $10. Thank you, Denise. We've got Bob Peterson from Brooklyn Park, $50 donated in the name of his 3 healthy children. Kevin Olson from Roseville, $10 in the memory of his grandmother. We've got June Johnson from Newport, $10 in honor of her 5 healthy grandchildren. We have a lot of people donating money, and I think in honor of their healthy children. They're obviously grateful. Now I'm going to turn to Rick here, who's got a guest that he's going to introduce to you with a very special donation for us. Rick?
That's right, Gail. We got Ron Flatten. Ron, this is the camera that's on right now. 340-1111 for the calls coming in, please. They're still ringing. We'd like more. Ron, you're from the Heartthrob Cafe?
That's correct.
Tell me, what did you all do to raise money for MDA?
Well, on August 19th, we had our 2-year anniversary. In conjunction with that, we did the world's largest milkshake. It was 200 gallons. We combined 120 gallons of ice cream, 70 gallons of milk, and 10 gallons of strawberries. Sold about 500 glasses for MD.
I was there. I just remembered that you had people in some kind of round thing. They were flipping them all over the place as well. How much did you raise that day?
$1,200.
$1,200. Is this the check you've got right here? $1,200 from the Heartthrob Cafe in downtown St. Paul. Ron, thank you very much, sir. We're gonna pass this back to Diana, who is right over here.
Gail.
Diana, where are you?
Thanks, Gail and Rick. Again, that number here in the Twin Cities area, 340-1111. That's music to our ears. That means all 200 phones are in operation. All our operators are taking pledges right now. But don't wait till later in the day if you're wondering if your pledge amount is going to just push us that much farther. Yes, that's true. That's what's going to happen. But we want you to call now. Don't wait until the last minute, because if you wait until the last minute, maybe our operators will be busy at that point and you'll get a busy signal. We want you to call right now, 340-1111. Now, there's all kinds of people that get involved in helping Jerry's kids, even little kids, preschool, daycare kids, get involved in helping Jerry's kids, and they do that by becoming involved in a hop-a-thon. Now, they raise money by hopping up and down, and they receive pledges for the number of hops that they do. Now, recently, the top hoppers in the Twin Cities got together to show off their best stuff.
Hi, Ronald McDonald back at Edinburgh Park with our top hoppers. Let's meet them. From Julie Wolf's daycare, the Wolf's Den, it's Tim Wolf and Ben Robeck. From Stephanie Pierce's daycare, it's Sarah Gamble and Ryan Kitzman. And from Barbara Mead's Teddy Bear Corner, Jonathan Oman.
Very good. Got me going early in the morning. Hop over to the phone right now. Yeah, little kids putting in effort like that. Hop over to the phone, make a phone
That's
call.
right.
I'll tell you what, it'll brighten up your Labor Day. It may be raining out there, but you can certainly turn the lights up in your house.
That's right.
By just walking
Shake out
over
the
to the phone,
kinks a little bit.
making a phone call. It is time once again for a new tote. Frank Stakowitz, director extraordinaire, out in the truck. Can we have a timpani roll? Yeah! $105,634. We now go back to Jerry and Tony, Orlando, and Don. Here's some entertainment.
And all the doors that close one time will open up again. That's the three of us. We'll be back in the high life again. Back in the high life.
We've got MDA clinics, summer camps, and research projects because of what we're doing today. They're in your area too. Support MDA, pledge now. Do it.
Okay. Okay. Shut up. You guys. Don't do that. Oh, I'm not nervous. You don't have to tell me that. Hi, I am Monica Cross. Thank you for watching the Jerry Lewis Labor Day Telethon live from the Hyatt Regency.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah, the adrenaline is flowing, but the phones aren't ringing. You can hear it very quiet in here.
Yeah, we could use a few phones ringing.
You
Get up,
bet.
make your pledge right now. Maybe you're having a leisurely breakfast. Maybe you're getting ready to go to church services or coming back from church services. Do it now. Get the phone call out of the way for the day. You know it's going to be deeply appreciated. And more importantly, it's going to make a difference in somebody's lives. There we get busy phones just like
That's
that.
what we want to hear, absolutely. Now, it's kind of just lightly raining outside. Maybe some of your plans might have been canceled, so hopefully you'll be staying with us throughout the day to watch entertainment and to find out a little bit more about some of the things that muscular dystrophy serves. But we can only find a cure if you will help. And helping means going to your telephone and pledging $5, $10, $15. These are some of the people who have already done that this morning. Lance Duck, Minneapolis, $5. Matthew Lynch, West St. Paul, $50. But it's people like this who are going to help us find a cure.
Research, public education, and client services. That's where your money goes. It makes a big difference in someone's life, and it may even save a life. So think about that when you get up and go to the phone and make that $1 or $5 pledge. And keep our operators busy. You make that phone call, you're going to feel good. 340-1111 in the Twin Cities. Right now, let's go to Gail Pewaukee. Gail.
Paul, Di, the phones aren't ringing nearly enough here. They're ringing, but not nearly enough. That number is 340-1111. I'm sitting next to Howard, one of our volunteers here, and he's going to tell us how it's going and what he has to say to the people at home to get them to pick up that phone and call now. Howard?
Well, I just want to thank all the generous people for the donations that they have called in, and just encourage everybody to call 340-1111 and call in. And we've been taking pledges from anywhere from $1, and I think my high was 100. You know, and it's whatever they can afford, and just get it in and get it in now. Don't wait until 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock tonight.
It doesn't matter how much you have to give. What matters is that you call and that you call now. There's the sound we like to hear. That means all of our phones are busy. You are calling. We'd like to thank Debbie Klinger from Clear Lake for her $5 donation. Jerry Crissett from Emory, Wisconsin for $25. Charlotte DeMar from Osseo, Wisconsin, $10. We want to thank all of the people who have made that phone call. Make it now, 340-1111. Right now I'd like to introduce you to somebody important who has something special to share with us here. We have a firefighter from St. Paul. His name is Hank Lemire, and he has something to give to us today. Hank, what do you have for us?
I have a check here for the amount of $2,000 from the St. Paul firefighters.
That's wonderful. We can't thank you enough. And how did you raise this money, the firefighters?
Well, as in past years, we've had the canisters out in all the fire stations, and through the generosity of the people coming to the fire stations for their blood pressure checks and just visiting the station, they put all them dimes, quarters, dollars into the canisters, and that represented $1,000 of this, and we matched that contribution out of our benefit association with another check for $1,000 for a total contribution of the $2,000.
That's wonderful. $2,000 from the St. Paul firefighters. We can't thank you enough. We thank all of you. Pick up the phone and call now, 340-1111. Don't wait, because the people who need you can't wait. Okay, let's move on from here to Di.
Thank you, Gail. Well, I have some folks here who are going to be presenting a check, but we're going to find out a little bit what preceded now this check presentation. Your name is?
Jan Ian. I'm with Sylvan Learning Center.
Okay, and your name is?
Mindy Novotny.
Okay, Mindy, you're going to tell us a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, at Sylvan, we get tokens for the work we do, and at the end of the hour, we add up our tokens, and the tokens are worth 10 cents. And so we add up the tokens and then subtract how much we want to give to MD.
Okay, and this year?
So this year the students have been giving tokens for 12 weeks. All summer long while they've been learning, they've been giving the tokens that they can typically use to buy things at the Sylvan store. They've been giving them to muscular dystrophy. And Evan Albert has a check that he wants to present from Sylvan Learning Center.
Hi, Evan, thank you very much. I'm going to shake your hand first, and then I'm going to also take this little check presentation. It's for how much?
$700.
$700. Thank you very much, Sylvan Learning Center. Now, over here.
Hi, I'm Lynn Sorensen, and I'm a center director at KinderCare Learning Center. And we raise some money for Jerry's kids and muscular dystrophy by having hop-a-thons and sleepovers and car washes.
Oh my gosh.
And I'd like to present this money to muscular dystrophy, and it's a check for $33,579.76 from KinderCare Learning Centers.
Thank you very much. Definitely money well earned on both counts here. We also want to show you what some other folks did as well. Some other kids here in the area called Top Hoppers, and they did their thing with Ronald McDonald.
Hi, Ronald McDonald here, and we're having a party, yippee, for our top hoppers in this year's hop-a-thon. I'd like you to meet a few of them. From Rainbow Preschool, Doug Tanute, Kevin Siege, Sarah Bjornson, Hannah Skogstad, Anthony Schmaus, and Dustin Luce. From Children's Learning Center, Aaron Landecker, Nathan Cole, and Matthew Bardens.
Well, again, you saw what some of the folks at Top Hoppers did to raise money for Jerry's kids. Now let's go join Rick.
Okay, Diana, that number again here is 340-1111, and I'm here to make a pitch for you to come on downtown Minneapolis to the Nicollet Mall. The Hyatt Regency is where we're broadcasting live from right now. If you come down, there's this large fishbowl here, which Missy and Jackie know all about. If you come down and just contribute to the fishbowl like they're about to, right here, go ahead. Oh, the dollars are a little harder than the change, but we'll take them. Don't doubt that. If you drop off the money here, we can put your name up like we did with the gang from Minnehaha Bowl. And we're also going to take a check presentation here. We have some friends from JD's Sports Bar and Grill. Okay, what did you all do to raise money for MDA?
We sold clovers for St. Patrick's Day for $1 a piece with their names on them.
And how many clovers did you get to sell?
580.
580, and that means that this check, what have you got here for? That's right, that's a $580 check from JD's Sports Bar and Grill. Thank you all very much. We're going over to Paul right now, who's in tune with the phone bank. Paul, what's going on over there?
Well, I'll tell you, Rick, we have a lot of celebrities who've given up part of their holiday weekend to come down here and help answer phones, and they've been quite busy over here on the celebrity phone banks. And right here is Ken Hoffman, Aquatennial Vice Commodore. Ken, who are you speaking to?
Pardon?
Who are you speaking to on the phone?
I'm speaking to, could I have your name, please? Bernie Arsenault.
Bernie, and what is Bernie going to pledge?
What was your pledge going to be, Bernie? $15.
All right, thank Bernie for us. And Ken, thank you for coming down and helping us out.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Lisa Goldman, Aquatennial Princess right here. Lisa, who are you speaking to on the phone?
This is who? James who? Eugene? What's your last name? Marrier.
From where?
From? Where are you from?
Okay, what's your phone number?
Brooklyn Center.
Thank you, Gene, for his pledge. And Lisa, thank you for coming down. Mark Lucker, KANO Radio. Mark, who are you speaking to? Tell him to hold on for a second.
Okay, we're speaking to Terry Sowina from Robbinsdale. Terry, can you hang on for a second? Okay.
Thank you for coming down. Anybody out there that you want to maybe challenge to a pledge? Any listeners?
Yeah, all our friends from KANO Radio out in the Anoka, Coon Rapids, Blaine, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center area. Also, all my friends up in the Little Falls, Brainerd, and Bolus areas. I'd like to see some pledges coming in from those 3 locations.
All righty. Thank you very much, Mark, for coming down. Tim Kennedy from KANO Radio is here as well. Tim, who are you speaking to?
I am speaking to Minnesota Body and Equipment Company in Shakopee, and they have a $100 pledge today.
We love that. Thank them very much. Thank you, Tim, for coming down and helping us out. We'll jump up here right now. I don't know if you can see me, Mark. I'm still just kind of hiding up here right now. We have with us Julie Knutson, Miss Minnesota USA. Julie, who were you just speaking to there?
Well, she was trying to reach somebody on the floor here.
An errant phone call. Have you been busy up here?
Very busy.
We'll let you get that phone right there. We'll find out who this is.
Jerry Lewis Telethon. Okay, it's for $25.
Who do we have?
And your name, please. Bud and Jean, and your last name? Vic. Bud and Jean Vic are pledging $25.
Well, thank Bud and Jean for us, and Julie, thank you for coming down and helping us out as well. Right now, let's scoot over to Gail Plawacki, who has an important guest. Gail.
The phones are ringing, but once again, they're not ringing enough. Call 340-1111. Don't wait. Remember that the people who have to handle the disabilities on a daily basis can't wait for your help, so please call now. I'm sitting next to one of our volunteers right now. Why do you volunteer, Joan? Why don't you tell me?
Well, I think it's a worthy cause, and it's really a privilege to be here. It's terrific. It's wonderful.
What are the people like that you volunteer with here?
Everybody's great. You get into it, and you just don't ever want to go home.
You know, I think that advice is good, to get into it. Get into it. Get into it and call now, 340-1111. Other people have called. Let me tell you some of those folks who have. Lucille Emerson. She donated $10 in honor of her new granddaughter, Taylor Marie. Congratulations on your granddaughter, and thank you for your generosity. We have Richard Auer in memory of his son, Tom, who died of MD, and he contributed $50. Kay Feldman in honor of her grandchildren, $25. Mr. and Mrs. Lewis Arver, St. Paul, $25 for their healthy grandkids, Dustin and Matthew. And that's the sound. That's the sound we want to hear. That means that all of the phones are busy. That means that you are calling, but we need your calls. 340-1111. We need your calls. Those folks need your help now. Now we're going to go to Di.
Thank you, Gail. I'm with a very special family here, and I'm with Misty Green. She's our MDA state poster child, and I'm going to introduce her family from the my right.
Jeremy Green. Jason Green.
Connie Green.
And Corey Green.
Okay, well, we got a big family here, a good-looking family. But first, before we go any farther, you have a special message for some folks, huh?
Yep.
Who is it? Who's it for?
The Alternative.
The Alternative, and they've been going all night long. They've been dancing, and doing all kinds of things. And we're going to be talking to some folks from the Alternative a little bit later. But you made a special appearance at what time this morning?
Yeah.
8 o'clock. Okay. And what's your message for the folks at the Alternative?
Thanks, Alternative. Keep on dancing.
Okay, thanks, Alternative. Keep on dancing. We really appreciate what's going on at the Alternative. Right now, I want to find out a little bit more about what Misty has. What does she have?
Misty has what's called dermatomyositis.
Okay, now, Missy, you have kind of lumps and bumps on you, don't you? Sometimes we see them on your elbows and we see them on your knees, although you're pretty covered up right now. You've been wearing dresses, you know. This is not what you normally wear, right?
Nope.
Nope. This is only for the telethon, right?
Yep.
Okay, normally we would find you in stuff like I dress on the weekends, jeans and t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit more about your knees and your feet, especially she's wearing slippers, and tell us why.
Well, shoes, anything that binds causes calcium buildup. And so we try to keep soft things on her. It irritates her to wear shoes or anything tight, anything rubbing. She can't wear jeans because the denim is too rough and it rubs on her skin. Her skin is very tender.
Now, for the folks who might not be able to see this, she does get very large bumps and lumps. What exactly is that? And it's sort of in the joint area.
It's calcium buildup.
Okay, and what exactly do you have to do once she gets the calcium buildup?
We basically leave it alone unless it prohibits her from functioning as normal as she can. And when it does start prohibiting her, she goes into surgery and they remove it.
Okay, now in that sense, and when people think of lumps and bumps, this is soft. It's a calcium buildup. And what happens during a muscle function is that calcium is kind of fired off within our muscle system. And this is almost a milky substance.
It's like a toothpaste when it comes out. It's real soft. If it does hit the surface and not really come out, it will turn into a hard rock.
And so now she's had a lot of operations on her knees, and how do you take care of this?
Well, basically, we just spend a lot of time in the hospital. She's very good. She's got a lot of faith in her doctors. We've had really good doctors. She's more friends with them. She feels very comfortable. They make her feel real good.
I understand she just spent quite a few weeks in the hospital. Is that correct? What happened?
Last October, she was in for a month, and then she was in again in April for infection. Some of these sites start inflaming, and nothing can take it down except for IV antibiotics.
So, and sometimes she runs a temperature.
Quite often, and she's on aspirin 4 times a day just to control the pain and the fevers.
But it doesn't seem to slow her down too much. I mean, although you're kind of stopped at the moment when you came by our station to have your picture taken, we only got you to stay still for about 2 seconds because you were wiggling all over and kind of deciding to take your own tour of the station, right? What do you think you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
A doctor. Why is that?
I know all of it, almost.
You know what?
I know how to do all of it, almost.
You know how they do all of what they do, almost. Okay, well, you still got a little ways to go, but I think you'd make a pretty good doctor. Misty Green, who is our state poster child, please give us a call, 340-1111. Now let's go out to Tom Ryther.
Thank you, Diana. And Misty has the perfect name if she were to be out here. You're looking at the misty, kind of rainy skies over downtown Minneapolis, where we're about set to have our block party. It starts at 11 o'clock. It'll go all the way through 6 o'clock. I want to remind you that we're going to have a block party here no matter what the weather. Bring your raincoats, bring your umbrellas. There's going to be all kinds of food. I mean, all kinds of food. There'll be music going all day long, demonstrations, skateboard demonstrations, canine demonstrations, karate demonstrations, and as I said, all kinds of food. And we'd like to come on down, spend your money, and the money will go right into our cause, right into MDA to fight these 40 neuromuscular disease problems. Now, one thing, we just looked at the weather. We're going to look forward to the weather kind of clearing up here a little bit this afternoon, so far as I understand. But remember this, for those who have any one of the 40 neuromuscular diseases, there's no such thing as MDA, no one disease, muscular dystrophy. This encompasses 40 different diseases. But for those people who have MDA or any one of the 40, they cannot look forward to the weather clearing up unless if we get out here today, bring our money, bring our time, come on down and volunteer. They need us. We need you. Come on down. We're here, rain or shine. Also in St. Paul, there is a party in the park at Rice Park beginning at 11 o'clock. We hope to see you down here. Now let's go back inside to Paul.
Yeah, both those parties should be a lot of fun. Thank you, Tommy, very much. Right now, we're going to go out to Brookdale for a very unusual fundraising event. Melissa Young is out there. Mel.
Well, Paul, we are at Brookdale Mall for the first ever Sears
KARE 11 MTC Plain Toss for MDA. Did I get that in the right order?
Right. You got it right. Good
Okay,
job.
joining me is Eric Christegard. He's the manager of the Sears stores here at Brookdale. And if you've ever been out to the Dome where they have their plain toss, you kind of know what this is about. But Eric, explain a little bit about what the concept is.
Thanks, Melissa. Welcome to Brookdale Mall and to Sears. Every Sears store in the metropolitan Twin Cities is participating in the Sears KARE 11 MTC Plain Toss for MDA. And what we've done here is bring into Brookdale Mall the KARE 11 bus, and we've opened the windows. And what our customers and MDA supporters can do is come into Brookdale Mall. Today we've been here all weekend, and for a small donation they can get a application blank for a drawing, and if they form that into an airplane and attempt to sail it into the bus, those that make it into the bus will win a free television. That every Sears store in the Twin Cities is donating a television for MDA, and our viewers can enter that drawing by making a donation to MDA.
And it's 50 cents for each plane, I guess we should say?
50 cents for every application, and we've had customers here all weekend. We've had up to 1,000 people already that have attempted to make it into the bus and have made a donation to MDA. And this is taking place at every store in the Twin Cities.
And of course the News 11 Express, I didn't mean to cut you up, News 11 Express isn't at every store, but they're throwing it into what, appliances and things like that?
At all the other stores in Maplewood, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Lake Street, Burnsville, Eden Prairie, and Minnetonka, they're throwing it into a freezer. But here we're fortunate to have the KARE 11 bus, and it's been a great teamwork.
Okay, it's going on until 3 o'clock this afternoon at this Sears store and at Sears stores all over the metro area. We've got a whole bunch of people here with planes, and we're going to try to do this all at once. Remember, if you get it in the window, you get a chance to win that television. So let's, ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, I know mine didn't make it, but I see a few of them going in the windows there. So as we say, come on out to Brookdale Mall, come out to any of the malls that have the Sears stores, give it a try. You could win a chance to win a TV. We'll throw it back down to downtown now.
Sears doing a good job of being a partner with MDA. As Mel said, all of the malls, also in Rice Park, you have a party going on, and also on Nicollet Mall. Tom Ryther down there. Come down and say hello to Tommy. Maybe drop some money in the fishbowl. Right now I have with me to my left Dave Miller from Rex Distributing. And Dave, why don't you tell me Rex Distributing's involvement in raising money for MDA?
Rex Distributing is the Minneapolis-St. Paul distributor for Pabst brewing products, and Pabst, along with the MDA, came up with a promotion for us to use in our retail accounts, and we acted as the go-between and collected all the canisters and put up all the promotional pieces.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you do this?
It was for a month period.
And how much money did you raise in that month?
$6,466.
Dave, thank you very much. $6,466. Thank you very much. Thanks, Rex Distributing, and thanks, Pabst, as well. Thank you very much. We have a lot of operators who are just sitting around down here, and quite frankly, when you hear the hats, horns, whistles, and everything go off, just like that, I think actually that will have more meaning as the day goes on. Right now, what happens a lot is that the operators in the back of the room, 200 operators in the room, are not busy. So what happens is the operators up front, frankly, who would normally be answering all the incoming calls first, take their phones off the hook so we can reach the operators in the back. What would serve us best is if everybody at home would get up and make all the phones ring at once. Then we would have legitimate sirens and lights and all of that, and we'd know that we'd be doing a good turn for MD in the fight against muscular dystrophy. So we can use your help. If you get up and make a pledge, $1 pledge for every healthy kid you have, maybe a $2 pledge, $5 would certainly help. It's going to brighten up your day on what otherwise is a fairly gloomy day here in the Twin Cities. But if you get your phone call out of the way, you're going to certainly beat the rush that is inevitable as we hit the later part of the afternoon. And you know that we deeply appreciate any pledge that you make. The number in the Twin Cities, 340-1111, and you have all of the greater Minnesota and western Wisconsin numbers rotating through on your screen as well. So just watch for your local number as well. And we do want to thank you very much for any pledge that you can make to help in the fight against these neuromuscular diseases. Let's go to Gail Plawacki right now, who is out amongst the phone operators. Gail.
Paul, I'm sitting next to a bright smiling face here of a woman named Julie, who's one of our volunteers, and she's going to tell us how it's going out here with the phones. Julie?
It's going good right now. It was slow this morning, but now it's going good, and let's keep it that way. Keep the calls coming in.
Why don't you tell the folks at home what number that is they need to call?
340-1111.
Very good. Make those phone calls. I'd like to read a couple of special thank yous to people who have donated just recently here. Mr. Stephen Feldman from Minnetonka donated $100 in memory of his granddaughter who died just last night. It's real important that we acknowledge somebody who in a time of sorrow found it in his heart to be so generous. We also have Jim Funk from Jordan, $10 in memory of his father, Bernard Funk. We have Marlene Oskerite from Shakopee, $5 for her nephew who has the crippling disease. Remember, these people who have these diseases can't wait. Pick up the phone and call now, 340-1111. Make it a brighter day for them. Let's go to Rick at the Fishbowl now.
Okay, Gail, I'm over here at the Fishbowl. I want to tell you, if you get a chance to come on downtown today to the block party that Tom Ryder was telling you about a few minutes ago, come on inside the Hyatt where we have the Telethon broadcasting live, and go ahead and put money in physically yourself. It's a good feeling. We'd like to see this thing get full by the end of today, and if we can capitalize on some of that traffic coming down here for the block party anyway, that's a good way to do it. You can call 340-1111. I'm here with Darlene Spars. Am I saying that right?
That's correct, Rick.
From Pizzazz. Your group is here answering phones today. Got a bunch of them here answering phones, but you also have a donation that you've pitched in together for. Is that right?
We're putting our time in on the telephones. We have our Pizzazz Band Orchestra here this afternoon, and we'd like to donate $155 from us.
Well, thank you very much, Darlene. That is great. $155. This is from the group at Pizzazz that is also here in person volunteering their time as well as their money today. Remember, these dollars are going to some 2,000 families that are dealing with the neuromuscular diseases that are affecting someone or someones within their own family. And the dollars go to help these people in terms of funding their wheelchairs, getting walkers for them. We're funding research right here in Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic, the University of Minnesota. And that's what this is all about. Thank you once again, Darlene. We're going to go back to Paul and Di for that total board.
All right, Rick, thank you very much. Please get up and make a phone call right now. A big thank you to everybody who already has, and a big thank you to everybody who's considering that. If you just get up and get out of that chair and
Here's
dial
a
that
few more
number.
people that have called this morning. Glenn Longy, Wilmer, $10. Julie Polzel, Appleton, $10. Evelyn Hertzert from Paynesville, $15. Tom Miller from New Hope, $20. McDonald Insurance Agency in Oakdale, $50. Again, that's what we want to hear. That means that all 200, are answering the telephones, taking pledges.
And don't forget, you can use your credit card, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. And anytime you use your MasterCard, $1 of your purchase price goes to MDA. So if you're heading out shopping today, like maybe down to Gavaday or something, just keep using that MasterCard.
There's all kinds of sales going on today.
I think
so
it's
use
time
it.
for a new total, right?
Yeah, let's try that.
All right, the timpani,
See what
please.
we have. All right,
There's
that's a
nice
great
sum.
jump.
Yeah. $141,559. Thank you very much.
That's
it
a
is
great
time
jump.
for us to return out to Jerry in Las Vegas. Don't forget, you can keep dialing. We'll be here the whole time. We'll see you shortly.
To send a message to America to please pick up that phone, call 1-800-FIGHT-MD, pull out that MasterCard, Visa card, or American Express, and make that donation. And Jerry, this year, as it's been announced, is we are going to donate an additional $1 every time Master